Coming up Wellington Harbour on her maiden voyage is the new 12,000-ton cargo vessel Port Auckland. She and her sister ship Port Brisbane are the first vessels on the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand run to adopt streamlining. As well as space for 570,000 cubic feet of refrigerated cargo, the Port Auckland has first-class accommodation for 12 passengers. The dining saloon and the passengers' accommodation are pleasantly appointed. Panelling in Empire woods, ash, willow, poplar and oak is a feature, and this map shows the position of the ship's name port. All this accommodation is sheltered behind the ship's unconventional superstructure. In front of the funnel stands the radar tower. Fitted with all modern aids for navigation, the Port Auckland is among the most costly cargo ships ever built. Miss Mary Woodward returns home in triumph to New Plymouth as Miss New Zealand from 1949. Thousands have gathered in the streets to greet her, and from a dais in the center of the city she receives the congratulations of Taranaki. The Mayor of New Plymouth leads in welcoming her. To the rest of the country, she's Miss New Zealand, but here in her hometown, she's just Bobby. She thanks all who've helped and share her success, and says it's wonderful to be back in Devon Street among well-known friends. At Bell Block Aerodrome, she waves goodbye. Beginning as Miss New Plymouth and then Miss Taranaki, she sets out on her journey to Great Britain as our ambassadress of goodwill. So, au revoir, Miss New Zealand, 1949, and happy landing.
20 miles to the north of Auckland is Hobsonville Air Station, New Zealand's only seaplane base and the location for the initial trade training of Air Force recruits. "580 officers and men serve here. The majority live on the station, many with their wives and families. Of this number, nearly 300 are trainees in the Trade Training School, where recruits learn the 101 trades necessary for the upkeep of complicated modern aircraft and all the other equipment of a service aerodrome. A class of future flight mechanics are studying the hydraulic undercarriage of the famous Mosquito bomber. So delicately balanced is a modern air screw that the mere pressure of a feather is enough to turn it. The aircraft of today are usually made of metal. In the training school's machine shop, young airmen learn to cut, grind, drill, press, bend, and turn the stubborn material, with a variety of equipment equaled in few, if any, civilian establishments. They call this the tin basher shop, where a class of future fitters is learning the principles of oxyacetylene cutting. Engine mechanics commence their new education around the engine of that airborne baby Austin, the Gypsy Moth. But this engine is only their primer. A Pratt & Whitney double-row Wasp radial engine, a Rolls-Royce Merlin, are the sterner stuff to which they graduate. Across the tarmac, a class of flight engineers is working on the engines of a Catalina flying boat. Some of these men have hundreds of hours in the air already, for they're ex-RAF men who've joined the New Zealand force. Children, too, live at Hobsonville, and 5 times a week the station transport authorities send a school bus rolling early in the morning to take them off to school. children are gone, the mothers continue their daily work. Luckily for them, a nearby greengrocer visits the station regularly. Over the way, some WAFs are playing basketball. Every facility and encouragement is given men and women to practice the sports that keep them physically fit and mentally alert. Under an international air-sea rescue commitment, a flight of Catalinas is based here, detached from the Fiji squadron. One of them rolls past on its return to the water after servicing. In the training school, graphs show each class's progress, and at a suitable time during the course, every trainee gets a chance to fly. These trainees, scattered over many aerodromes, are the men and women whose job it will be to keep New Zealand's Air Force in the sky.